very kind words about our society. As you might know, the Oxford Union is founded upon the principles of free speech and open discussion. What do you think King Joffrey would make of this principle?
Just wouldn't happen, really. I mean, unless Marjorie kind of gives him a kind of a nudge and kind of go on, do it. Be like, I'm fine. She seems to have him under her little finger, so to speak. So, but yeah, I mean, perhaps he'd kind of set up an event like this as a trap, kind of lure people in who believe in free speech, and then I don't know what he'd do. Pardon me? Just loads of King's guards.
Yeah, I've been looking around. I've made sure.
That's good.
I mean, you've talked a little bit about in your speech about how you got involved in acting, but kind of looking beyond that, you know, there are reports that you actually want to retire from professional acting after Game of Thrones. I mean, do you know what? I mean, how come? I guess you covered that, you know, partially from your speech, but what was the reason behind that, and what do you want to do instead?
Yeah, it's almost tough to describe sometimes. It's a myriad of reasons, obviously. I mean, part of it is just not. I've been acting since I was 8, as I said, so kind of just feeling a bit stale and a bit stagnant with the whole thing. I kind of feel that my kind of expression of the acting has become a bit mechanical or something, and perhaps that's my own fault, but I don't really take a huge amount of pleasure from doing the acting itself. And then and then since going to college and stuff, getting an interest in philosophy and theology and that kind of thing, and other things like my theatre company, and it's just kind of slightly reevaluated the idea of what I want to do. But what exactly I want to do, I've no idea. Maybe a master's somewhere I'd like to do, but after that I've no clue.
I guess it's the same for me as well.
Yeah. Only 21.
You mentioned about kind of your audition and stuff. And when you accepted the role of Joffrey, did you think that the show would be this popular? I mean,
not at all. No. I knew it was going to be produced by HBO, so I knew that it would kind of, you know, some people would see it at least, but I had no clue. I didn't even heard the books beforehand. So, and it was such a kind of a brief, uninteresting audition that there was no sensation about it. It was just 5 minutes, and I just did one of the scenes and walked out and completely put out of my mind. That was it.
Well, from what we've seen tonight, I think you seem like a pretty nice guy. Certainly nicer than your... Certainly nicer than your character. I mean, how hard is it to act out such a one-dimensional, consistently evil character?